Imagine sitting in a room full of people, but nobody is talking. Nobody is laughing. Nobody is even looking at each other. They're all staring at tiny glowing rectangles. Congratulations. You're witnessing one of humanity's strangest inventions, the smartphone. But here's the terrifying part. The smartphone didn't just change how we communicate. It changed what we expect from communication. And the weirdest part? Humans invented phones to talk more. So how did we end up using them to talk less? But there is one thing people slowly stopped doing, and it may have started disappearing long before smartphones existed. But we will get to their absolute worst nightmare at the very end of this video. Before smartphones, there were regular phones. And they were basically bricks with anxiety. You couldn't text someone. You couldn't scroll TikTok. You couldn't watch a stranger eat a sandwich in 4K. You could only call. And that created a strange problem. When the phone rang, you had to answer. There was no, "I'll just leave them on" read. There was no disappearing message. There was no blue tick panic. You picked up the phone, and suddenly, you had to have a conversation. Terrifying. For introverts, this was basically a boss battle. But then came texting. Suddenly, conversations became optional. You could respond whenever you wanted, or never. And humans discovered something incredible: communication without actually communicating. But things were about to get much stranger, because the next invention didn't just change conversations. It changed where our attention lived. Enter the smartphone, a device small enough to fit inside your pocket and powerful enough to destroy your entire afternoon. At first, smartphones seemed harmless. You could check email, look up directions, take pictures. Very productive. Then social media arrived, and suddenly, your phone became a slot machine. Every swipe could reveal something new. A funny video, a shocking headline, a cute dog, or a man explaining cryptocurrency while standing beside a Lamborghini. The phone learned one simple trick. It learned how to keep you looking. And humans? We were terrible at resisting. Soon, people started checking their phones during dinner, during movies, during meetings, even during conversations. Imagine talking to someone, and suddenly they look down. "Sorry, what were you saying?" You just lost a battle to a rectangle. But here's where things get uncomfortable. Because the phone wasn't just stealing our attention, it was changing our behavior. And the next stage was even worse. For thousands of years, humans experienced something called boredom. You waited for a bus. You stared out a window. You walked somewhere. And your brain had nothing to do. So naturally, it started thinking. You remembered things. You imagined things. You noticed your surroundings. You might even talk to a stranger. Yes, a stranger. The mysterious human species, standing 3 feet away. Then smartphones arrived, and boredom became illegal. Waiting 5 seconds? Phone. Elevator ride? Phone. Bathroom? Definitely phone. Every empty moment became an opportunity. And this created something powerful. We stopped experiencing silence. Whenever the world became quiet, we filled it with notifications, videos, memes, messages, noise, and slowly, being alone with your own thoughts started feeling uncomfortable. But there was one place where this became especially obvious: the dinner table. A place once designed for conversation became a charging station for 6 smartphones. And that's when the invention became truly dangerous. Picture this. You are sitting across from your best friend. You have known them for 10 years. You have thousands of memories together. But suddenly, both of you are staring down at 2 different screens. You're physically together, but mentally, you're somewhere else. This is the strangest paradox of the smartphone. It connects you to everyone while disconnecting you from whoever is beside you. You can talk to someone 5,000 miles away, but ignore someone sitting next to you. You can have 1,000 online friends, but feel lonely in a crowded room. Why? Because digital communication is incredibly efficient, but human connection is not. Real conversations are messy. They have pauses, awkward moments, eye contact, facial expressions, and sometimes silence. A text message can deliver information, but it can't fully replace presence. And that's the part we slowly traded away. Not communication, presence. Remember the mystery from the beginning? What did humans slowly stop doing? The answer is being bored. And that sounds harmless. But boredom was never useless. It was the empty space where curiosity grew. It was where